This classic episode of the Electric Playground is brought to you by PNP Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support Electric Playground. Remember, this episode first aired in 1998.
Strap yourself in, because we're going to E3. Dedicated entirely to the biggest video game event of the year. I'm talking about the Electronic Entertainment Exposition, also known as E3. I mean, there's over 40,000 people from 80 countries, over 400 companies, and 1,500 games. And we saw every single one of them, except one.
I'm with Mr. Alan Belardinell from Nintendo America. How you doing, Alan?
Great, Victor. How you doing?
Always great to see you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the first inductee ever into the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences Hall of Fame, Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto.
Well, biggest game of the year, I think a lot of other people think, it's going to be Zelda for the Nintendo 64. What do you think?
We'll go a step farther than that. We think Zelda 64 could well be the biggest game ever.
I first imagined the world of Link and Zelda many years ago. My goal was to make a place for players that would be very different from the real world. The Nintendo 64 lets me realize this goal better than ever before.
Thank you. All of the fantasy that Zelda had when it came out on the original Nintendo Entertainment System, and makes it about 100 times bigger.
Is there going to be a 64DB sequel to Zelda?
Yes, we are working on the Zelda 64DD.
What do we got back here? What is everybody talking about this Pokemon thing? What's going on with this?
Well, Pokemon is a craze that people are lining up for here in America. It's interactive, RPG, multiplayer, collecting, strategy, simulation, monster battle game. It's a riot.
That's one long sentence. Could you imagine getting beat up by this guy? Do you know any fighting moves? Can we see one? Oh, F-Zero X, man. We've been waiting for this for a long time. What's this all about?
F-Zero X is probably the fastest game we've ever made. It runs 60 frames per second in 1, 2, 3, and 4-player mode.
Psygnosis just signed on as a publisher for you guys. How's this going to compare to their Wipeout 64?
It's going to be a great race.
We get the first copy, right?
Yeah. You guys get the first copy of everything, right?
What makes this game special? And what are gamers going to be getting into?
They'll be getting a whole new concept. You don't have to just shoot around and just blast people, but figure out what exactly do I have to do. Mission Impossible series, the movie, is about being more clever than the enemy, making them believe that something has happened and making them do actions that they wouldn't do. We have lots of gadgets, we use lots of deception, we have those face-making sequences where we change faces and we take the identity of other people.
Now I understand Tom Cruise himself has final okay on this game. Is that true?
Yes, it is. We had an email recently telling us he's played the game all weekend and he loves it. And we had a party.
I can't wait to play this game.
Well, I'm very happy. I mean, that's what we wanted.
Star Wars Rogue Squadron. It's the next Nintendo 64 game from LucasArts. And you didn't think Shadows of the Empire was going to be the only Star Wars game on the Nintendo 64, did you?
Rogue Squadron is really taking the best level of Shadows of the Empire, which was the Battle of Hoth, and sort of taking it to the next level. What would have happened if you went over that next ridge? And
what all of us tried to do, by the way.
Exactly.
Bam, bam. Okay, go on.
So we now have air-to-air combat. We now give you a choice of crafts to choose, a choice of weapons to choose. The weapons will change. You can get them upgraded. We also have a primary mission objective and a secondary mission objective. And if you complete bonus mission objectives, you get bonus crafts and bonus weapons.
How you doing there, buddy?
Hello there, how are you today?
I'm very good.
What's your name?
My name is Victor. What's yours?
Hello, Victor. I'm a Mario.
Yeah, we know that.
I'm a pretty famous fellow, you know.
Yeah, we know that too.
You're watching the Electric Playground. We'll be back after this. Don't go away.
Bye. Thanks for coming. I knew we'd see the sunrise.
Ah! Oh, sorry. Good morning.
Did you need a ride home?
Oh, no, that's okay. I brought my bike.
You know what, Troy? Show me what that thing can do.
You mean it?
Sure. Yeah.
Can you tell me what E3 stands for?
No clue. No clue at all.
Just take any wild.
Eat eggs every day.
Eat eggs every day?
Why not?
Hey, I like that one. What does E3 stand for?
I don't know. What are you, an idiot? Expedition. Exposition.
Can you tell me what E3 stands for?
It has something to do, let me see, E3. Just E3.
Entertainment, education, and Engelbert Humperdinck.
Okay.
I'm here with Will Botti from Black Ops Entertainment, and we are talking about Tomorrow Never Dies for the Sony PlayStation.
If you're expecting GoldenEye 2, you're not going to get it. Our game basically has the best elements of GoldenEye, which were the sniping, the detailed limb collision, and awesome enemy death animations, plus all the things that you'd expect in a great James Bond game, like skiing, driving, and underwater scuba levels.
I'm here with Andy Gavin and Jason Rubin, guys from Naughty Dog, the creators of Crash Bandicoot, and we're talking about Crash 3, yeah?
Crash 3 has more levels. We plan on making more levels than 1. We plan on making more levels than 2. There's more detail in them. And we're adding some new gameplay on top of getting crystals and getting gems as you did in the past. There's now an additional thing to get. So there's going to be endless gameplay for someone who wants to get the true 100%.
I'm with Troy Horton, who is the producer of Tomb Raider 3. He's also been the producer of Tomb 1 and 2 as well. What kind of locations are in this game? We went to Venice, we went into the mountains of Tomb Raider 2, the underwater levels were amazing. Where are we going now to top that one?
Okay, well, we've got various locations. One's going to be London, South Pacific Island, India, Alaska, and a secret location as well. I hope you buy Tomb Raider 3.
Because we're making Troy rich. He's got a big fancy car. He's making lots of money.
And I'm single too.
We're at Konami to talk about Metal Gear Solid. I'm with Jon Sloan. What is Metal Gear Solid all about?
You play a guy called Solid Snake. He's a genetically engineered super soldier. Your former comrades have taken an Alaskan military base by force and are threatening to launch a nuclear missile against the US unless their demands are met. Your job is to get in there, defuse the situation, find out if they've got the capability to do this.
So you're basically a spy, and you got some whooping to do.
That's basically it.
I am here with Kazunori, who is the creator of Gran Turismo Racing. Everyone's calling this the best racing game ever of all time. I mean, how does that make you feel?
Kazunori and his staff were playing the existing racing games, and he really enjoyed a lot of racing games. Although he enjoyed them, he really wanted to make something that he would really want to have. So that's the reason why he made GT, the Gran Turismo. And he is very happy that many people are highly appreciating GT and saying that this is the best racing game ever. But he always wants to be a challenger, so he would always want to make something even better.
What would you say is your biggest competition? Gran Turismo?
Gran Turismo and Need for Speed 3.
Need for Speed 3, yeah.
Gran Turismo is a different type of game.
Yeah? Oh look, the Sydney Opera House. Now for anyone who doesn't know, also, you were the guys who did the Destruction Derby.
Yeah, we did Destruction Derby. Some lads did Destruction Derby 1, 2, NBA Jams.
And what element of NBA Jam did you add to this?
You don't understand, it's after us. It's big. It's got huge teeth, a big beak, bulgy eyes, feathers, fur everywhere.
Yeah, and pigs can fly.
No, bears can fly. Bad guys beware. Here comes Banjo-Kazooie. We're your both bird and bear with amazing powers. There's never been anything like this head-banging, sky-flying, rock-hopping, egg-shooting, tag-teaming duo. Banjo-Kazooie, only for Nintendo.
Guys like me don't get much respect. I mean, I hit big, but there's no D-order commercial. I make huge plays. I'm not even in a cereal box. But man, I could care less.
Triple Play 99. You've never seen baseball like this. Whoa. EA Sports, it's in the game.
Hey, you guys, she's with us. Come on.
This way. Let's go, Zoe.
I'm here with Seamus, the executive producer of Trespasser. Now, tell me about this title. I mean, this looks awesome.
Well, it's the digital sequel to the Lost World movie. And when Steven Spielberg cruises into your office and he says, you know what, dude, I really want to see a sequel to my film done in a game. You think to yourself, you know, what in God's name am I going to do to satisfy that guy?
Chris, what do you got here at the show?
Right in here we got Command and Conquer Tiberian Sun. We've had a great show. Everybody's been coming by congratulating us, saying it looks really good. Back here we got the boys of Lancelot 3, the product manager Keith Levinson and Chris Longfree, the producer. Lancelot 3's been a big hit. Everybody's saying it's looking really good. And upstairs, I'll show you guys Dune 2000 and a cool Starbucks coffee bar. Right up here we have Dune 2000. Everybody's saying it's looking really good.
Why is this being shown up here and not down there? Is it still early? Or?
Well, actually, Dune 2000 is almost about to ship out. We're looking at early July for a ship date.
Well, here's the Westwood.
The Electric Playground.
Hi, I'm Angela Edwards, and we're going to run the MicroProse Marathon because we have so many products, we got to show it to you in 2 seconds. Over here, we got Mech Warrior 3. Check out the tonnage on these mechs. Over here, you got Mech Commander. For all you Mech Warrior fans, you need a tactical command. How about Klingon Honor Guard, using the Unreal Engine. And last but not least, we have Falcon 4.0, the granddaddy of all flight sims. This manual is 500 pages, and it features everything you ever want to know about an F-16.
So we are here with an actual F-15 fighter pilot.
F-16.
Like I said, an F-16 fighter pilot. That would be the Strike Eagle. No, that's the F-15. Tomcat. Falcon. See, that's why it's called Falcon 5.0.
We're here to talk about Draken. Tell me the backstory on this game.
Basically, you have the Order of the Flame, which is a bonding between humans and dragon riders, where they become a stronger whole. And you have the Dark Union, which are these evil, sort of chaotic forces that are fighting the Order of the Flame. Together with your dragon, you go on this epic adventure to through the Rift, which is into an alternate dimension, to defeat an evil wizard.
But basically, the coolest part is you get to ride a dragon and you get to blow stuff up with his fire breath.
Exactly.
What's the feedback been from people that have been playing Ultima Ascension?
As always, we're cramming to the very last second to kind of spit and baling wire on some features to get that smoke and mirrors going. and it all worked out. So the good news is it worked. The bad news is they told us we really have a lot of work to do still.
I'm with the team that designed Unreal. What's your name, man?
Cliff Blazinski.
What was that?
Cliff Blazinski.
Okay, that's much better.
Thank you.
What's your name?
James Smalls.
James Smalls. What'd you do in the game?
I created the original concept and then just did a lot of art, programming, design, worked in all areas.
Good. And what'd you do on the game, Cliff?
Lead level designer, and I assisted with a lot of the design.
What are you, you're like 15, 16?
Anyone interested in X-Files has got to pick this up, right?
Actually, you don't need to be just exclusively an X-Files fan. The game is constructed in a way that you start the game out as an FBI agent, and you don't really know all about the X-Files world and all the characters.
Right.
You're slowly introduced into it. The game's purposely designed that way.
Now, you guys have been working on this thing for, what, a decade now? It's been a long time. I think the original platform was like the 2600, wasn't it? I am here with one of the hoopiest guys in the entire galaxy, Mr. Douglas Adams, creator of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and a new game, Starship Titanic. Mr. Adams here, I mean, this guy is so cool, you can keep a side of beef in him. Actually, Starship Titanic was referenced in Life Universe
in
and
Life
Everything.
Universe and Everything, back in 1982. I do emphasize that because a number of people have been saying, oh, is this just a sort of cash in on that movie, as if as if you could actually bring conceive and develop and bring out a CD-ROM in sort of 2 weeks.
I'm with Chris Holden, who's the CEO of Kesmai Corporation, and we are here at the GameStorm booth. What are some of Kesmai's games that you're not going to find anywhere else?
One of the big launches that we've made recently is Godzilla, which came out on the same day as the movie. That's been cool. We've also done some other movie-based titles that are exclusive. Aliens Online, Starship Troopers we just launched.
Tell me about getting these licenses, going up to Hollywood and getting, Starship Troopers and Aliens and Godzilla. How do you guys secure all that stuff?
Well, the first one was Aliens from 20th Century Fox. And we're actually, Kesmai's owned by News Corporation, which is the same parent company of 20th Century Fox. So that helped get the first such deal. After that, the movie houses started coming to us. Other than movie-based titles, Air Warrior 3, a real franchise product for us for years. Huge global community around that game. Legends of Kesmai, our RPG. Multiplayer Battletech, which is based on the Mech Warrior universe.
Let's pick Aliens Online. What's a gamer going to find when they log on and start playing this thing?
Aliens Online, you can take the perspective of an alien, or you can take the perspective of a colonial marine. You can build and choose your character. The interface looks completely different depending on whether you're a marine or an alien. Since, again, this is a massively multiplayer game with hundreds of your compatriots in there with you, we really emphasize the team play, and communication is necessary to do well in the game.
What are we hearing right now?
Right now, I think we're hearing a storm rolling in. Later, we'll hear Godzilla marching through the booth.
You guys have an incredibly noisy and awesome booth. That's very cool. Did you design the sound system yourself?
We did, with the help of some very good companies, yeah.
It's starting to rain, man. Today on the Simpatico Question of the Week, Wayne Louie from Vancouver, British Columbia asks, where did the term massively multiplayer come from? Did you guys come up with the phrase massively multiplayer game?
That's a good question. We think we did. We're not 100% sure. We started using it about 2 years ago when CD-ROM games became networkable and you saw groups of 4 or 8 players playing together. People started to call that multiplayer gaming. To us, that's not really multiplayer gaming. We're talking about thousands of people in the same client-server universe. So to distinguish what we do from what the networkable CD-ROM guys do, we came up with the phrase massively multiplayer.
Right.
We started using it around the company and it caught on outside in the industry. We think we invented it.
To send us your questions, stop by our website at www.electplay.com.
Lee from P&P Games here with my latest purchase, a brand new Sega Saturn control pad. Buddy destroyed one in a heated Guardian Hero session last weekend. A small price to pay for a night of video games with friends. I don't know if you've been paying attention to this internet thing or not, but our days of playing multiplayer games in the same room as one another might be numbered. If only out of convenience. At Past and Present Games, it's our mission to keep the experience of video gaming tangible, as long as possible. Visit our retail locations in Winnipeg or browse our entire inventory online at pnpgamesonline.com. You'll find a myriad of software, merch, and accessories from all generations of video gaming. And enjoy free shipping on orders of $65 Canadian or more within Canada and the USA. Now, back to the show!
You don't understand, it's after us. It's big. It's got huge teeth, a big beak, bulgy eyes, feathers, fur everywhere.
Yeah, and pigs can fly.
No bears can fly. Bad guys beware. Here comes Banjo-Kazooie, where you're both bird and bear with amazing powers. There's never been anything like this head-banging, sky-flying, rock-hopping, egg-shooting, tag-teaming duo. Banjo-Kazooie, only for Nintendo.
What do you think of the show this year?
It's tons better than last year. Last year was a little dull. This year it's really exciting again.
What are some of the games that have stood out for you?
Quite a few. You know, of course, the no-brainers, Metal Gear, Soul Reaver. That is hot.
Any other titles out there that stood out for you?
That's such a hard question.
2 games.
2 games.
1,200 new games, and only 2 games stood out for Noah Madsen.
Rayman 2 from Ubisoft was pretty interesting. It's I didn't expect that. In fact, their whole booth was really good.
What do you guys think of the show this year?
It's not bad. N64 stuff's a lot of garbage. Really disappointed in that.
Tell us what you really feel, man. Don't hold it back. Let us know what you think.
Model 99. It's rocks.
One of the titles that I'm actually excited about was Jackie Chan Stuntman, just because I'm a huge Jackie Chan fan. You know, it's Jackie Chan. You know, what can you do? You know, like as long as he has some wacky moves, I'll be happy and I'll buy it.
Perfect Dark was the best game here that's not going to come out this year. I mean, that game was awesome. It might even be better than Zelda.
Hey, it's time for the Tekken 3 move of the week. This week we've got special moves from Tommy Tallarico. It's a half circle plus left punch plus right punch.
You're looking at the team who created the Tekken games. Could you please introduce yourselves, please?
My name is Masanori Yamada. My name is Yoshinari Mizushima.
My name is Tommy Tallarico.
My name is Masahiro Kimoto.
My name is Nakatani. What would you guys say is the hardest part of programming the Tekken games?
First point was just fitting the huge RAM that's available in the arcade machine into the more limited RAM of the PlayStation. The second was making that motion fit in a lifelike way in a 60 frames per second format. So first was making the art fit into 60 frames per second format, and next was making the motion fit into the 60 frames, so that the memory and then the 2 elements related to the 60 frames per second. Those were his biggest challenges for Tekken 3.
Hey, Tommy, how you doing? Doing all right.
What's going on with this?
Top secret. You can't get in here. Can't get in here. Top secret. A very powerful machine in there.
So tell me about the Dreamcast. Can I?
Well, I can't let you hold it, but you can look at it.
Wow.
VMS, new controller. Slips right in there. Little LCD screen on the controller. Play secret plays against your opponents.
Wow.
Analog, digital, analog flippers. 3 million polygons per second. Awesome graphics, awesome sound. The sound on that thing is probably as powerful as a home theater system.
Really? What about the CD-ROM drive?
It's got a 12-speed drive, high density, a lot of storage, very fast.
Okay, cool. What else?
It's got network play. We're going to be playing massive multiplayer online games, point-to-point games.
So there'll be a modem actually in the thing.
There's going to be a modem you plug into it, so you can always upgrade the modem as the modems get faster and faster.
Can you tell us what speed the modem is?
Not right now. Fast. Everything's fast.
Fast.
That's what we want, fast.
128 bits, correct?
28-bit 3D graphic processing. Very fast.
Fast! What games is it going to be with? How much?
It's Sonic, it's going to be Virtua Fighter, it's going to be all those characters everybody knows and likes, but in totally new kinds of games, which is very cool. We're hitting 1 million polygons a second right now in the sports games. We're like 2 months into development.
And what about?
You'll have it by Christmas next year, US and Canada.
Well, come on, can I see the thing?
Yeah, come on in.
Yeah,
come on
cool.
in.
All right. Hey, no. But Dan told me I could go out.
And then we're gonna have to to split. I think we have a 12 o'clock.
What did you want to talk about?
We are coming to you in 5, 4, 3.
Up next is a special edition of Sports Center. I'm Victor Lucas.
And I'm Ian Vercher, and we're coming to you from E3 in Atlanta. All the action is being brought to you by ESPN Digital Games. We begin on the ice with National Hockey Night.
And I'm with Justin Sheffield, who's the creative director of hockey for ESPN Digital Games. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Victor. How about you?
I'm doing great. An extension on the engine that you guys created for power play hockey?
We have to keep trying to beat it over and over again. It just keeps getting better as we go.
It's obvious that you guys are radical, really love your game, man.
Oh, totally. Can't get enough.
You still playing every day?
Playing every day. Trash talk never stops.
So the question is, do you guys stink of sweat all day long while you're working together?
If we hang around where the hockey equipment is downstairs, yeah, it's not even human. You don't want to be there.
All right, I'm with Peter Lowe, who's a game designer for NBA Tonight from ESPN Digital Games. You guys have actual ESPN broadcasters on this game too?
We actually worked with producers at ESPN. We had guys sitting in trucks at games to see how they do all the different types of camera edits, the different cuts from replays.
Thanks, Peter.
Thank you.
There's plenty of action in the NBA.
I'm here with Jeff Hassan, who is the assistant producer on EA's new boxing game, Knockout Kings. How's it going, Jeff?
Doing good, doing great.
What are some cool things about the game?
The coolest thing about the game is that it's a boxing simulation. It's not a fighting game per se. You also got all the motion capture that we did with Sugar Ray Leonard, Oscar De La Hoya. They came in, they did their own motion. It's in the game right now. It looks awesome.
Oh, Jeff, thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you, Tommy.
I'm sure the game's going to be a real knockout. No? What's it like playing yourself in a game?
Well, it's weird. I grew up playing games as probably most kids did. Nowadays, I don't have very much time to do it, but it's weird to go over to someone's house, a friend, and their son sitting there playing me on a football game. So I think it's pretty exciting.
What do you think of the games of today as opposed to back then?
There's no comparison. You know, nowadays games are 3D. But we thought back when we were growing up that Atari and Space Invaders and games like that were real stuff. We look back at that now, and there's just no comparison.
E398 is all over and done with. Hope you guys had as much fun watching this stuff as we had making it. E3 is quite a trip. We're going to see you next year in Los Angeles. Bye-bye. What have you seen at the show so far?
Production assistance for the Electric Playground is provided by Nintendo of Canada, makers of 1080 snowboarding.
I see. Yeah, that's great.
Keep.net, makers of Netfighter. Electronic Arts, makers of Need for Speed 3.
You have a great day now. Enjoy the show.
Namco, makers of Tekken 3. This classic episode of The Electric Playground was brought to you by P&P Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support The Electric Playground. Thanks for watching, and play forever.